biggest health mistake that you're making when it comes to health and fitness is that you don't know how to order and eat clean at restaurants, and you don't know what to order. You're ordering the wrong shit, it's making you fat, slowing your metabolism, and killing your gains in the gym. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to eat clean at restaurants through using the shred-it method. So the first step in the shred-it method is to eat at steakhouses and seafood places only. This is because they are high-end, usually have high-quality ingredients, and you can customize the orders a lot. It's not a lot of pre-made shit. You know, they have to grill it or cook it or bake it, and you can kind of tailor your order to be as healthy as possible. So obviously you want to prioritize protein. Steak and seafood is high in protein, high in healthy fats. They're whole foods, not really processed at all. They're just, you know, they have ribeyes, fillets, New York, just cuts of meat, and then they have, you know, different types of fish, shellfish, and a lot of stuff. Shellfish boost test, like oysters boost test. And steak is the most nutrient dense food on the planet, as you may know if you've seen my fucking videos before. But lots of protein, lots of micronutrients, they boost your test, lots of cholesterol, and basically it's all customizable, so you can get a lot of protein, and you can get a side usually like rice or potatoes, and they're clean, you know. Lots of protein, fats, carbs from whole foods, not a lot of ingredients. And if they have sauce in them, you can tell them to get the sauce off, tell them to cook in butter only. And I would just order, if I was going to a steakhouse, I'd order a 16 ounce to 20 ounce ribeye with a potato on the side, butter on the side. Boom, that's all you need. If I was at a seafood place, I would get a thing of wild caught salmon, wild caught tuna. Make sure it's wild caught, make sure it's not farm raised. Make sure it's fresh, not frozen, and boom. And the second step in the shredded method is to hold the seed oils. And what does that mean? If you don't know, seed oils are the biggest health scam on earth. Vegetable oil, canola oil, I can put a list here, but basically it's in most food on earth. Processed food, they cook with it, they put it in snacks, foods, frozen foods, boxed snacks, anything. They put seed oils in everything, and basically they're extremely inflammatory. They will make you fat, they will make you low test, they will destroy your metabolism, destroy your gut, and they're the worst food on earth, in my opinion. That's in everything. And a lot of these restaurants will, mix it in, maybe mashed potatoes, maybe cook it, the steak in it, put it on the baked potato if you get a baked potato, or on the rice. So you want to tell the waiter or waitress that you do not want seed oils, that you are allergic to seed oils, because if you're allergic, they will actually put in the extra effort to make sure they don't put it in. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh yeah, just can you put no oil? I'll be like, oh yeah, and just not care, just whatever, do it. But if you tell them that you're allergic, they will make sure that they tell you what has it, what doesn't, and you can avoid getting fat from getting the seed oils, because they're bad for you. Obviously, you want to avoid them. But a lot of steakhouses and seafood places, if they grill it, they'll put it on the grill so it doesn't stick. But you just have to ask to use butter instead of seed oils. And sometimes even the butter has a mix of margarine, 10% margarine, 9% butter. And there's seed oils in the margarine. So you really have to be strict. They definitely have butter, pure butter, where they're at. So cut out the seed oils, which are gonna make you fat, and use butter instead. And the third step in the shredded method is to make sure that you order real bottled or spring water. And the third step in the shredded method is to get real spring water. So basically at restaurants, lots of people like to order tap water, but tap water is destroying your health. There's microplastics, which lower your testosterone in the water. There are heavy metals, which will cause brain fog, can cause cancer. They're carcinogenic in the water because there's old ass pipes. You don't know how old the pipes are, if they've replace them, if they're actually clean. You've never actually tested the water. Who knows? Especially if it's an older restaurant too, in a city, it could matter more or less. And there's also estrogen. So when women who take birth control pee, they flush it down the toilet, it goes into the wastewater filtration system, and it doesn't filter out estrogen, xenoestrogens. There are studies showing that in tap water, there's a lot more xenoestrogens. So you want to make sure that it's spring water from a spring where there's no foreign chemicals, estrogens, any shit like that. And if you get it in glass, ideally, glass bottled spring water or still water, which will be spring water, is the key, and you'll be saving your health, saving your test, and saving your hormones if you do it that way. And the fourth step in the shredded method is to eat fresh and never frozen. I was gonna put never frozen, but I decided not to. As they say in Subway, eat fresh, and Subway is the opposite of eating fresh. I can go into Subway, the buns are processed, glyphosate, pesticides, enriched grains, cold cut meats with nitrates, pasteurized dairy, which is bullshit. So obviously Subway is not a good one to have. But when eating at the steakhouses and seafood restaurants, you want to make sure that the food is high quality, that the nutrients are all intact. Make sure that it's fresh from a local butcher, ideally. Or if you're near the sea, that's when I would go to a restaurant. But if you live in fucking Montana or Utah, I would probably just stick to more steakhouses. But if you're on the coast, East Coast, West Coast, that is when you would want to stick to seafood. But it matters more for seafood, because I know most steakhouses, they don't really freeze their shit. But for seafood places, they love freezing the fish, the shrimp, whatever else, and that really just makes the quality of the food a lot worse. Who knows how old that can be? There's a higher chance that you get sick. So I would say, hell no, if it's frozen, make sure you ask, because if you're spending a lot of money at a steakhouse or a seafood place, which are usually higher end, you want to make sure you're getting what you pay for. And I would just research as well. ChatGPT, places near me that are seed oil free. Get the app Seed Oil Scout. You can find restaurants that are seed oil free. ChatGPT, places that don't have seed oils, that have spring water, that are fresh food, that are steak and seafood places. If you just research and plan out before you just pull the trigger, or listen to your friend, or just go with random people to a fucking bullshit restaurant, it's going to add up over time. I mean, the average American spends like 10 racks, 10 bands, $10,000 per year on fucking food. So you might as well get what you pay for and just eat quality food instead of just being lazy, getting cheap, low quality food. And the fifth step, letter D in the how to eat clean restaurants shredded protocol, is to dodge the carbs. And what do I mean by dodge the carbs? You're gonna dodge the wrong carbs. So you don't want to eat vegetables because there's defense chemicals that are called oxalates in vegetables, which disrupt your thyroid and lower your testosterone. They lower your hormone output. And you want to dodge, French fries. At every restaurant, there's either French fries or chips, not like fish and chips, but like tortilla chips. Those are literally cooked in seed oils. And we're holding on the seed oils, so do not eat those because they make you fat, they inflame you, they slow down your metabolism. And if you do go for carbs, which I do, good carbs, I go for sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, white rice. You want to avoid brown rice because there's arsenic, which is a heavy metal, which has tons of negative side effects, which you can look up. But brown rice is bullshit. And then if you're getting like mashed potatoes, sometimes they mix in the margarine butter, or they mix in the seed oils on the outside or the inside, they mix it in, and you really have to ask. So it kind of goes hand in hand with dodging the bad carbs, dodge the tortilla chips, dodge the French fries, get the white rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and dodge the vegetables as well. And if, for dessert, also ask for fruit. That's a good one. I didn't even think of this. But if you're ever at a restaurant and you want dessert, they usually have fruit if it's a nicer restaurant for something, and they'll give you like a little fruit bowl. And ideally, if it could be organic, that would be great. But it's definitely still better. Even if it's not organic, it's still better than cake, pie, ice cream, dessert. So those are the good carbs that you should be having, I just mentioned, but dodge the bad carbs if you want to get shredded. And the sixth step, the letter I in the how to eat at restaurants protocol, shredded protocol, is to make sure that there's ingredient transparency at the restaurants that you are going to. Forgot that color change. So it kind of goes hand in hand with eating fresh, holding the seed oils, but you just want to really make sure that the ingredients that they're using are clean. Because if there's sauces, they say they might be seed oil free, but there might be some other bullshit in them. So what I like to do is to ask for the ingredients list. I was at a restaurant, a Brazilian steakhouse called Fogo de Chao, which gives you unlimited all-you-can-eat steak. As like a 5-star restaurant. It's like 65 bucks for a flat fee of all you can eat. That's pretty expensive, 65 bucks. And I asked for the ingredients list of everything, or like the allergy list, and it showed like, soybean oil or oil, like all the list of the food, and then it was like X's if it had it or not. And that really allowed me to see that The mashed potatoes didn't have any seed oils, just a lot of butter and cream, which, cream's kind of, and it's pasteurized cream. But the plantains were literally fried in seed oils. The pork and lamb were cooked in seed oils, but all the beef wasn't. It was cooked in butter. So looking up that list or asking for that list of everything is something you can do. It's kind of a pain in the ass for the waiter, waitress, but you're the one fucking paying. Like, imagine going to a restaurant, paying for food that's making you worse. If you're trying to be the best version of yourself, why would you waste time and money at a restaurant just to make yourself fatter, more docile, more low test? You have to get what you pay for, put in the extra effort. But then, if it's a go-to restaurant, you do this one time, then once you go back, you know what to get. You can get the same order, or similar order, because you already know if it's good or bad or not. And boom, 1 or 2 times at a new restaurant, you have it in the routine. If it's by your house and you go there often, you can find out if it's good or bad and just go there over and over again. Then the pain and effort that it took to look it up and ask the questions will pay off because you already know, and boom, you're chilling. And the final step in the shredded method is to take advantage of happy hour at restaurants. And this should stop me, but I'm fucking tall and I have to bend down. I'm 6'5", so it's a pain in the ass. But what do I mean by happy hour? So usually these types of restaurants, these sit-down restaurants that are high-end, have something called happy hour. Basically, it's like from 3 to 6 p.m. usually, where a lot of their food will be discounted. And a big test booster that's really healthy for you, really great for you, tastes amazing, and is bougie and hyper luxury, are oysters. So oysters at restaurants, are usually like $3 or $4 for one little oyster. But during happy hour, there are places that sell them for $1. And there's also steakhouses that have discounts, but dollar oyster happy hour is a hack, especially if you live near the east or west coast. If you live in the middle of the country, might be cooked on this one. But I would still look up, steakhouse happy hour, seafood place happy hour, oyster happy hour. And if you find an oyster happy hour, I made a video where I got like 60 at once. Like that would be like $240, 6 times 4, but it was literally $60 because it's $1 instead of $4. And they're like high end, really healthy for you, really rare, whole foods that are, expensive obviously, but they have lots of zinc, lots of vitamins, lots of minerals, extremely healthy for you and great for you. And they are an aphrodisiac, which make you horny and boost your test, which is great as well. So, if you're an oyster lover, if you're a test maxer, I would definitely take advantage of this. This is one that I didn't know about for a long time. But once I figured it out, every time I'm, on vacation or by a coast where they have oysters, West Coast, East Coast, I would always spam this, and you can save so much money and boost your test. And it's a great snack to do, once or twice a week. And sometimes they'll have steakhouses where the steak's like really, discounted. And it's a great excuse to get in there, boost your test, get some extra, discounts on the steak and seafood places. But, I really only go to steakhouses and seafood places. And if it's somewhere else, I'd rather just go at home, because I know if I go to shitty restaurants like Indian, Chinese, Italian, Greek even, I know if I go there, I'm just gonna get fat. I'm just gonna get low test. I know I'm gonna feel like shit and look like shit. But, if you don't even know how to diet, you're not even into this stuff that much, but you wanna still get shredded, get lean, get healthy, while still having a nice lifestyle where you can go out to eat, go to, a steakhouse, a seafood place, enjoy your life, feel free to book a call in the link in the description of this video. And I guarantee I can help you out and come up with guides on how to eat out, specifically tailored for you. Workout plans, meal plans, everything you need to get shredded, all in one regarding your lifestyle, your workouts, your diet, and all that stuff. But, if you're shredded already, I'm happy for you. If you're not, if you need help, feel free to reach out, and I guarantee I can help get you right. But thanks for watching. Thanks for checking this video out. Hopefully you made it to the end, and like and subscribe and comment what you want to see next in the next video.